We're going to look at pain not as a problem. So, in the allopathic medical space, in most places where there's pain, there's a presupposition of a problem. But the way that we're going to look at it here is that there's actually an intelligence to having pain, to having manifested pain. And pain can be a variety of different things: physical discomfort, mental, emotional discomfort. It could be chronic, or it could be the opposite of chronic, temporary. That's what I'm looking for. So we're going to explore that from this perceptual filter, and I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I'm going to share a little bit about what is WEL-Systems, and I'm going to share quite a bit about this topic. So thank you for being here. Thank you to those of you that responded to my questions about what you were looking for from this workshop, because it helps me contextualize the workshop to make it more applicable to you specifically. So that's me about 12, 13 years ago. I'm not quite sure. That's about 60 pounds under what I currently weigh. And the reason for that is that I was suffering with all of these things, diagnosed and medicated. So by the age of 22, doctors and affiliates sent me home with a bag of pills to try to deal with all of these conditions, most of which they labeled as chronic. So I know many of you here are suffering from some of the same things, like anxiety, like IBS, like chronic fatigue. I know that there's women here that are struggling with an inability to see, right? An inability to see what's in front of them. And so we'll explore all of that today from a WEL-Systems perspective. So I just want you to check in with yourself for a moment. How many of you have tried any and all of these modalities? Plus more. So these are wonderful, effective modalities. And what's at the root of a lot of what's missing here, and for those of you who have completed the Decoding and Living Authentically experience, you will know that these live strategy down. So what that means is that they're having an impact as a strategy, as opposed to checking in with your belief systems about who you are, who you believe yourself to be, and what's possible for you. So they operate within a particular context. So if that doesn't make sense to you right now, that's okay. I'm hoping that by the end of the presentation, it will. So a lot of what those things are missing, and this really is, from my experience, the piece that's been missing there is, how do I fix this? So how many of you are here because you want to fix your problem? How many of you are here because it's too painful, right? Like, I just want it to be done. I get it. And this may present as a bit of a challenge, because what we're looking at is not necessarily how to fix it. We're looking at, what's this revealing to me? And we'll explore how to ask certain kinds of questions about what this is revealing. And in the process of the revelation, healing happens. So the fixing that you're looking for happens, but not at the level of the fixing, at the level of getting curious about, what is this here for? So there's a lot of presuppositions there that you have to take into your awareness in order for this to make sense. So I invite you to just take the next hour being curious about what you don't know that you don't know about yourself, about your mind, about your body, about how pain functions. Just be more curious than you are certain about what you do know. Can you guys do that for me? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. So today's exploration is truly from an empowered perspective. So I will never, ever presuppose or teach you that you're broken, that there's something wrong with you, that there's a way to fix you because you're broken. This will never happen in this space. In this space, what we're looking to do is to empower you to take ownership over your quality of life. Because the reason you want to fix your pain is because you want a better quality of life. So what we're looking to do here is to intentionally focus on, how do I create a meaningful life for myself? How do I create a life that has value to me? And one of the ways that we do that is by staying curious about the information that pain has to offer. Because you see, pain is intelligent, right? So you're all spiritual here, so I'm just going to go ahead and like presuppose that we can agree on this fact that I am not my body. You are not your body. And if you're not your body and you're the animating force that animates the body, gives it life, then that life force that you are has to be able to communicate with the body in order to have an experience in a physical world. So one of those ways that the life force that we each are communicates with the body is through pain, is through the messages that the pain carries. And depending on where it's manifesting in your body, depending on the interconnectivity between body parts and timelines, all of that reveals what's actually going on. So it's layered. So it's never going to be a one and done. It is a layered process.